So this is the wife's 306, having a bit of surgery today, cutting out a bit of arch rust, and I'm making it new. So I've cut the hole out and I've cut a little lip here, ground it back so it's all nice good metal, and then I've used a bit of weld through primer on it. It just primes the back and the front so that when you weld on it you don't get anything behind it that could then rust again. My first job now is to make a lip across here that it originally had. You can see the start here, so I'm going to make a lip across here, a bit of cardboard, make a lip, and then I'll go from there. So I've got my plate made up. What I need to do is I need to give a bend sort of 90 degrees along here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill some holes in the back bit here. I'll show you in a minute, but I can't get my welder in and along this edge here. So the plan is to sort of spot weld it through the holes all the way as long as many as I can get, and then I can butt the new piece up against this second bit. So I've got the bend, I've checked it up against the car. So I'm making a load of dots in it at the moment. I'm using my trusty punch. It's a Phillips head screwdriver, but it's a punch. Just mark where I want to drill the holes. There is a tool to actually do this. It nibbles holes in metal and it's really nice. However, I don't have it here, so I've got my really cheap drill. It's just a cheaper drill bit. Dot some holes in it, drill a load of holes in it. I'll show you in a minute what I'm going to do with them. You see the piece I made? It's now got a nice bend, got a lot of holes in. So what that does, that slots into that gap there. And what I do, so I weld through the holes, and I've got my nice support across the back again. And what I'm going to do now is I'm quickly going to cover this in weld through primer. Again, just to protect it, because I'm obviously not going to get to the back of it once it's in the car to protect it. So I'm going to cover that in weld through primer now, give it a clean up, wait for it to dry, and then I'll weld it on. Old V-bolt hanging from my ceiling, and one bit. So all the people telling me I'm doing it wrong, don't really care. But all weld through primer now, just got to give that a minute to dry. This stuff is pretty quick to dry, so I've got a couple of minutes, maybe one more song, cup of tea, who knows. It wasn't drying quick enough inside, so I've hung it on the washing line. Just don't tell the wife. So that's the new one in there. You see it's nice and secure. That's a bit hard to see because of the sunlight, but that's definitely in there. I think I'm going to make two plates for this. I think I'm going to make one up to this butt here. Does a whole lot, and I'm going to make another little one here. It's just because it's got this kink in it, it's going to make my life easier having two plates rather than one. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll work. So the next plate is done. As you can see, I've used the weld through primer on one side, but not the other. I'm going to spray the whole thing afterwards from the inside of the car anyway, so that'll get done when I do the inside of the car. The only thing that I've thought about is I was going to butt it up behind this bit of metal. What would happen is that give it a chance for the water to sit in there if I made a gap. So I'm actually going to butt it up in front of the metal like that, and then I'm going to make another plate on top of it, and that way the water from the arch shouldn't be able to sit in it, and I'll underseal it, seam sealer it and whatnot from the underneath anyway, so it should be a good prevention. So I've welded in this secondary plate, as you can see, welded it round here. Normally I'd linish it down, but there's going to be a cover there, and I've just put in a earth point, as the old one was well, it was that. If it focuses, focus! There you go. So really crappy earth point. So we skipped a bit because I was quite busy, but you can still see. This is the end result, basically. Let me see if we can well on that. You can see that there's a seam sealer on there. That just keeps the moisture out the seams. It's undersealed as well. I've done 4 plates in total. This one here is the plate that I ended up having to make 2 of instead of 1 of like I wanted to, because there's a seam that runs behind there and I wanted to get the strength in both bits, so I've done 2 and then welded over it. All the welds have been ground down. This one here is just an earth point. I've got to clean that up in a minute. That's to go on there, but at the moment that's pretty much done for me. I've got to go inside, have some food, and then we'll underseal the bottom side of it.